Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at Everything You Need to Know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news the key US-China trade talks are coming off the rails. It seemed that they're getting close trade talks between the US and China aren't after all. The US is now suddenly and unexpectedly saying that punitive tariffs, rising from 10% to 25% on Chinese goods, will be imposed this week because there isn't progress in the talks to their liking. Separately, it seems there also isn't going to be a US-Japan trade deal anytime soon either, and the US-EU trade talks also seem stalled. On Saturday, the US non-farm payrolls report came in better than analysts expected, adding 263,000 new jobs in April to their 157 million person workforce. The growth in hourly earnings was steady at 3.2%. It does seem odd, however, that with better than expected jobs growth, neither the currency nor the US bond markets reacted one way or the other. Equity markets did, however, and the S&P 500 was up 1% on the day. Perhaps some of the hesitation came from other data released at the same time, indicating that the services sector is no longer expanding vigorously. The ISM data came in lower than expected, but at the same level as the more conservative market survey shows. Across the Atlantic, EU inflation is picking up, and by more than expected. In March, prices were rising at a 1.4% rate, and that blipped up to a 1.7% rise in April. That may settle some ECB policy nerves, although economic growth remains a problem there. In China, they're administratively tightening how much their citizens convert the yuan into foreign currencies, and they're using their social credit system to clamp down on the regulars. You might be surprised how low the permitted levels are, and if you're in China, you may well feel trapped. In Australia, the focus is turning to whether the RBA will cut its policy rate on Tuesday, just 11 days out from their federal election. Most economists think there will be a cut, but the RBA shadow board is suggesting there won't be. And they will need to face up to a slowing services sector as well. Employment and wages growth in that sector went backwards in April, reflecting a continuing decline in new orders. US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 2.53%. That's 3 basis points higher over the past week. Gold will open the week at $1,279 an ounce. And US oil prices a little changed today, but with a weakish tone. Now just under $62 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is under $71 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will start today marginally firm at 66.5 US cents, but it is likely to come under pressure when markets open because of the US trade talk escalation. On the cross rates, we're unchanged the week at 94.7 Aussie cents, and against the euro, we're 59.4 euro cents. That puts the TWI at 71.3. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.